First of all, you don't know me.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with us, girl. Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens.
Hey everybody, we are back. We're back. We're still here, and we are here to talk all things, except One Tree Hill. We're here to talk all things SAG strike with you because it's really important to us and our community, and so are you, and you as an audience showing up for us every week. We love you guys, and we want you to know what's going on. We want your support, and so here we are. Let's talk about lots of things.
Yeah, dude, we had a text chain yesterday. So we record our episodes a couple days in advance. And so for you guys at home, you're hearing this on Monday, but we're dealing with this over the course of, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday. And our union went on strike, which I think we all support. And we're all fully backing that. But what that means is that there is a lot of gray area about whether or not you can promote a show that was a SAG-AFTRA contract. And One Tree Hill was for us. I mean, this was the show that got all of us, not all of us, but it got me into the union, Yeah.
Were
you in the union already?
I was, because I had done a commercial early in high school. And so I got into SAG.
Mine from a commercial too.
Yeah, that was how I got into SAG. And it was like such a cool thing. I remember my dad being like, "You're going to have healthcare when you're 18." I was like, okay.
What was the commercial? What was the commercial, so?
I was in a Kit Kat commercial.
Yes,
oh my God, yes. Where is that on the internet?
Oh my God, you guys, it was chic. It was like a full copy paste of Clueless. Me and my friend Kiana from school were in it with this girl. I can't remember the other girl's name. We met her on set that day. I still can't eat Kit Kat bars because I ate so many of them that weekend. But we were so cute. And yeah, that was how I got into the union.
I love it. I got mine from a commercial too, but I was 12 and the hospital where my dad worked was doing a commercial so I went and I had to walk a dog in a circle. Oh, that's all I did.
Did that dog eat a heart?
That was the dog later. No, but that was it. It was very exciting though, because the whole thing with the SAG card is you can't really get SAG work until you have a SAG card, and you can't have a SAG card without getting the work. So it's really exciting when you get that one job that's going to get you in the door.
Yeah.
When people talk about your big break, it really is the moment that you are able to join SAG. It's like, oh, I have a line. I have a job that is part of a union. And it's such a big deal to an actor.
Yeah, it is a really big deal. And I think it's an important thing to touch on, when we talk about being part of a union, when we talk about the fact that the union is how we have protections on set, it's how we have healthcare, it's how we have all these things. There's a lot of misnomers in the world about what we do, about what performers do, about what our lives look like. You hear the top line for like the 5 most famous people on earth and how much money they make, and you think everybody makes money like them. And it's just not true, unfortunately. And I think it's a really important way to frame it is to let you know, our friends at home, that if you are in SAG-AFTRA, in order to qualify for healthcare, you have to make, as a performer, $26,000 a year. And 87% of the SAG-AFTRA membership does not qualify for healthcare.
That's
87%.
And not 1 cent less.
Not 1 cent less. 87% of working actors do not make $26,000 a year from acting or performing. So they don't even have access to the health benefits that our union helps us afford.
Yep.
And so this idea that it's like, oh, it's a bunch of whiny rich people who just want more money. No, the CEOs of the studios that make $200 million a year and are currently vacationing together on a super yacht while they're telling all of us that our protections that we're asking for are, quote, unrealistic. those are the rich people who we should all be sort of pissed at. But I think it's really important that we start to unpack some of the reality of this. Because look, like you guys see us either on TV in shows that are edited and sound mixed and color timed beautifully, or you see people at award shows. But to be clear, award shows aren't actually parties, they're work events, and everyone's wearing borrowed shit that they can't afford.
Oh my God. I could never afford anything I've ever worn anywhere.
Never.
It's important to us that like we have full transparency with you guys because we have reached out to our union rep. Because what we've been told as actors is you're not allowed to promote anything that was a SAG-AFTRA job. And because our show currently is still streaming, even though we filmed it 20 years ago, is doing a Rewatch podcast considered promotion for a SAG-AFTRA job. So we've called our leadership and they're inundated with other people with similar questions. And so while we wait for a clear answer from them, this actually like works in our fans' benefit because we're just going to answer like all the questions that you guys have been sending in because it is important to us that we honor you. You've been along with us for this ride for 2 decades now. You know, we're coming up on our 20th anniversary. And it's also important that our show specifically, which was an ensemble show, is standing by and fighting the good fight, not just for like the core 5 kids on the show, but every single one of the actors that came and did guest spots on our show. These are the people that we're fighting for. These are the people that really deserve all of our support.
And just so you guys know, when we talk about what questions we have for our union reps, you know, you probably have seen that there's been guidelines published. There's some stuff that, to Hilarie's point, is just a gray area. Like they've said you can't promote past or present projects, but does that mean projects that have come out and are no longer airing new episodes? Or does a past project mean, you know, the Netflix show that you shot 2.5 years ago that's premiering this November? So technically it's a past project, but it's still going to be new to streaming. Like nobody really knows what it means yet. And we just don't want to air anything that could potentially go against our own union and our own support of them. So we won't have a new episode this week, but like we said, we're going to answer all your questions.
We're going to have plenty of drama.
What you're saying, Sophia, is so true because a lot of the issue is with streaming and the fact that, you know, we as actors, you used to be able to get syndication fees. So when your show was on and then it would re-air, like we were on SoapNet.
Oh my God. SoapNet was a great paycheck,
Wasn't it great? Yes. And that was for years and years. Even commercial actors used to get residuals. People would put their kids through college just doing one commercial. And so now what's different is the studios are just selling these properties off to the streaming networks, and the storytellers who poured their heart and souls into these shows, who showed up every day for work, they don't get anything from that. It's like a one and done, and you invest years and years and years of your life in something like that. And so that's one of the things that's important that we are able to hold the line on with our union, and we just want to be respectful of that. That's one thing among many others.
We've got a question from someone named Maria that ties into that, Joy, really well. Because she asks, she says, how are actors compensated for work done in the early 2000s prior to streaming? Do you get any benefits from your episodes on streaming? And I just want to point out that when our contracts were negotiated in 2003, streaming wasn't even a feasibility. It was alien. You can't negotiate for something that doesn't exist.
This is when Netflix was still mailing you DVDs in your actual post mailbox, and you would pull the DVD out and watch it. That's all Netflix was.
Yep. It's so crazy to think about. And it is interesting, you know, to the point of what Joy's saying, it's a weird feeling, guys, to have made something, to have dedicated your life to making something. Also, frankly, all of our first big jobs. So it's not like any of us had good quotes. We weren't making a bunch of money by any means. We were all like trying to figure out how to pay our rent. And your show goes on to become this hit, this cult classic. and it keeps getting sold.
Oh, they make so much money off this show?
They make so much money off the show, you guys, and we haven't seen a penny of it ever. And it's our faces and our stories and our bodies and our work that they're selling. And it feels really bad. And I think part of the reason it feels bad is because people who were in better, quote unquote, power positions did get protections for eventual changes to things. Like Tom Cruise is making money every time his movies play on any network, TV, streamer, whatever, but like we don't. And that's a hard pill to swallow, to know that there is just not a fair standard. And that's why we're on strike.
I mean, the AI thing is what freaks me out, because we couldn't have negotiated for that. Like, and do you guys remember, we just had one taste of what that was like. It was maybe second or third season, and they used our likeness.
Are you going to say caress?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so mad about it still.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell everybody at home what happened. I'm taking my
sweater off.
I am
so
hot
mad.
about it
hot.
still.
So you guys, one of the ways that if you are on a show locked into a 6-year deal for very little money, as we all were, that you stand to maybe make some money if your show becomes a hit, is you might get an endorsement deal. So you might become the face of a brand.
But every girl on every other show had like Neutrogena ads. Misha Bart was doing kids.
Remember Kristen Bell when she was doing Cutie, Veronica Mars, and she was doing Neutrogena with her perfect little chin? Oh, like people had opportunities to do these things.
I was begging for it. Yeah, man.
We were like, cool, we're ready. Let's go do something neat. And the WB sold the three of us, photos of us, to Caress.
Our likeness.
Yeah. And they said, are you a Brooke, a Peyton, or a Haley? And they said, no, we sold Brooke, Peyton, and Haley. They got the endorsement money, y'all. The network made the money, and we didn't make a penny. So we were on billboards and in magazines as the faces of this, skincare brand, and we made nothing.
And it knocked us out of the running for anything else.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Because it ruins your exclusivity. So then we could never do another beauty deal.
Y'all remember driving by those billboards? Just madder than hell.
Just seething. I had steam coming out of my ears. And it's a really crazy thing, especially as a young woman, when someone sells your face and body.
Oof.
And doesn't have to ask you about it. And this is the new argument that we're having with AI. If you're paying attention, watching any of the videos we've all been sharing, our SAG president and some of our reps got up to talk about, this quote unquote groundbreaking AI proposition from the studios. And the studios literally said, well, when background actors come in, we'll scan them and then we'll own their likeness to be reproduced in any manner we choose forever.
Can you imagine?
Like they could put you in porn. They could put you in a movie about Nazis. They could they could do anything that goes against your moral compass. Yeah. They could recreate you 10,000 times, and you would have made $80 for one day working background and gotten a free lunch. Get the out of here.
Did people not watch Terminator? I watched Terminator every day growing up. I know how bad this is going to go.
No. We got to get out.
Yeah.
So they're taking advantage of
old contracts.
They're taking advantage of old contracts. They're also taking advantage of the most powerless people in our union, but they're taking advantage of people all the way up the line.
So much greed.
It's so much greed. And I think, people will say when they think about some of their favorite actors who, make the big ticket money that they read about in the trades, and they'll be like, well, why are we supposed to listen to these people? They're not hurting for anything. I think it's really worth letting you guys know that part of the reason we fight for equity as actors is because that's how our livelihoods are made. When we eat, a whole team full of people eats. Oh yeah. If we make money, if we get a job for $100, our agent gets $10, our manager gets $10, our lawyers get $5, our publicists, depending on what their annual salary is make from like 3 to 5 of that $100. You're paying $40 in
Accountants.
taxes. You're paying another $10 to an accountant.
Then you have rent and groceries and your family.
But what I'm saying is, out of the $100 that you hear somebody's making, we probably keep 25.
Yeah.
And the rest
that's
of
what
the
you have to
money
feed.
goes to the government and goes to our team.
Yeah.
Like, I don't make much more money than my agent makes at the
Right.
end of the day because
Yeah.
of how many people I pay. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that when I book a job, an entire team of people and their families also book jobs. But this idea that people in our industry are like, greedy or whatever is simply not true. And it's really frustrating when, again, executives at studios that are making $100 million, $200 million a year and bonuses and are flying around on their private jets are saying that us asking to not be owned by AI machines is unrealistic. It's like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, when you guys watch a show that has a big star in it, for example, that person is getting a huge paycheck.
Maybe. Eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, in comparison, to what I'm trying to say here is that basically every other person on the show, what the studios have started to try and do is find all these loopholes, like taking a seasoned actor who should be getting a series regular contract and saying, we're going to bring you in as a guest star for $5,000 an episode, but we want you for 10 episodes, we want you for 8 days an episode, and we want you for 12 hours a day. And that's what, for $5,000 for a guest star fee.
You can't get a nanny to cover you for that much.
Yeah.
What? And these are actors who are, I mean, it doesn't matter. Anybody shouldn't be put in that position, but it's just not right. It's not right.
Well, and again, when you think about the percentages that come out of that money, you might be like, I'd love a $5,000 paycheck for a week. And it's like, but when you're giving 68% of that money to other people, like, what are you living on? How are you paying for your gas? How are you paying your mortgage? If you're lucky enough to have one in the first place, like it's really kind of wild, and it's frustrating. None of us is stupid. It's frustrating when studios are getting on their earnings calls with their shareholders, boasting about record-breaking quarterly profits. Oof. And then they're telling us, get out of here.
If there was ever a show to prep a fan base for like a good fight, I feel like between Brooke Davis's fight with the Crab Shack, where the hell you were working, the Lobster.
I unionized those crabs. Still proud.
Right. Peyton Sorby's like, I'm sick of this record label bullshit. You know, like, I think that our fan base has been primed for a fight for like a long time now. So this question from Simone, what is one song that can immediately change your mood? I think we need to amend it. Like, what's our fight song?
I was just going to say, we need a fight song.
What is our fight song?
So honestly, good. We're striking in this moment. I feel like the mood is very, these boots were made for walking.
Ooh,
yes. You know?
Nancy Sinatra.
Like, I'm walking right out of work. All y'all.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Woo.
I mean, you know that I just go to Les Mis for everything. You know? It's like the studio executives are like, you at the barricade, listen to this. No one is coming to help you to fight. And here comes SAG, and we're like, we're here, bitches. Let's ride.
Yes.
Love it.
There was a TV show called The Unit on ages ago, and their theme song was like, it was the Marines, but it was like a Marine cadence, but it was put to some real cool beats. I'm feeling it. I'll find it.
Yeah, we need to find that. We can drop it in a story.
I'm into it.
We'll just play Newsies, man.
Well, I like Chrissy's question because now that school is out for summer.
What are we doing?
She's like, what are your favorite summer activities to do with your family and friends? And I'm like, well, I didn't think I was going to be home, but here we are. So
yeah.
So here we are.
I mean, Jeff can't go to Comic-Con and I can't film my show anymore. And so he and I are looking at each other this morning just like, oh my God.
Oh.
Like we get to just be home with the kids, you know, like obviously.
What are you guys going to do on the farm?
Who knows? Like at this point, George is so all consuming and it's just like, pay attention to me. I think they were doing fishing last night. I was traveling to come home and they were all like fishing successfully. So I feel like that's going to be the rest of my summer is
I love that.
baiting hooks, which that's fun.
I've never really been fishing. I would love to go. I mean, I think I've done it once or twice, but not like out for the whole morning. Get up early. That'd be fun.
Honestly, years ago, I set a goal for myself to learn to fly fish.
Really?
And yeah.
Remember her Instagram? We were all like, where is she
You're
right
like,
now?
what are you doing? I was like, I'm just in Alaska. You guys, I love it. Like, I want to be the old lady in Waders who's just like on a river with no cell service fishing. Like
That's the glamour.
That is my future goal for myself. I'm ready to go.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I just love running around, especially with all these fireflies and the summer heat, just watching the kids. We got a little creek by our house, watching the kids run around. It's so nice to just relax and enjoy the simple things in life. I feel that more in the summer, I think, than the winter.
I clocked the summers. Like it dawned on me at the end of the school year that I was only going to have X amount of summers left with my son before he graduates and leaves. And it's not a big number. And I was just like, I panicked. I totally panicked. And so now I'm overwhelming the shit out of Gus. And I'm just like, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to hang out with me? Do you want to cook together? Do you want to go on a walk? What do you want to do? So pestering my teenager.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. There's only so many summers left.
Okay, Sarah wants to know what kind of toppings you put on your pizza, which might feel like a weird transition, but I actually think one of the things that I like to do in the summer is do like pizza nights with friends. You know, get all the dough and get all the things. And like,
girl, you do work?
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I'm like, that's a thing you could do with Gus. You could be like, hey, kid, let's learn to make pizza dough.
Kid.
And then we can make our own pizzas.
Get one of those little uni pizza ovens.
Right? Yes. I have one of those little single ones and we just throw them in there for 3 minutes and turn them over. They're so cool.
Are they just like gas powered?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. So I feel like we can answer Sarah's question, but we can also plot like ways for you guys to make your teenagers hang out with you.
Guys, I feel like this question like opens me up because, okay, f- it. I'm a pineapple pizza person and I'm not even embarrassed about it. Like I just love it and I don't want to hear anything about it. And I've loved it since I was a little kid getting those little Caesars packages. We have to tear the paper open.
I love pineapple on pizza. What's wrong with that?
Because people pick on you.
People really do.
That is true. I don't like the ham either. I don't want the ham. I just want the pineapple. Maybe a little mushroom. Maybe a little pineapple, mushroom, green pepper.
That gives me like college flashbacks to like the little pizza place off of Hoover Avenue in downtown at USC. Oh my God. I've turned into one of those people who I like a weird fancy Italian pizza. I ordered a pizza last night with like fennel sausage and fresh mozzarella and like caramelized onions. It was so good.
Oh, I mean,
like,
if we're going legit pizza, like let's talk about a little mortadella. Let's talk about like Calabrian chili with honey and that like maybe
ricotta and honey on a pizza. Give it to me.
Don't even. Yes.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. This is what I like about us is we
There's
can
two
go
classes of pizza here.
Yeah, it's like it's my fantasy trip to Tuscany, or it's like we're on the road in the RV and we got to pull over at the gas station. What kind of pizza are we getting at the gas station? And
pizza,
and we're down. We're down for the whole gamut.
Remember Slice of Life in Wilmington and what a scene that was at the end of the night?
Yes.
Like, there's no food at the end of the night. So you would roll out of bars at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and Slice of Life pizza is where, look, if you couldn't pick someone up there, you were going home empty-handed. Like, that was the last call for food and people to kiss.
They just stop at the end of the night. They stop cooking like 20 minutes before they even close because everything's just they're sold out. Everybody is flooding their spot.
I loved that place.
Such a good memory of all the nights there.
When I was still in California, there was a 7-Eleven all the way at the end of all the end of my road. And I would go in there, and there was a woman in there once who was picking up a pizza, and I was like, 7-Eleven makes pizzas? So gross. Like, no thanks. And she saw the look on my face, and she goes, oh, no. You don't know. And I'm like, I feel like I know. She goes, you don't know. So she's like, would you like to try a slice? And I'm thinking, no, but okay. I mean, I'll be nice. Guys, this was a really good pizza.
Oh, you found the jewel box.
7-Eleven making good pizzas.
I like a sneak attack. Yeah. Because you don't know who like the owner of the franchise's mom is. You know what I mean? It's all like franchise. She could have had a knack for that.
Hey, man, find the diamond in the rough. You got to find it.
I love pizza parlor loyalty. When you can just like find your spot in a town, no matter how run down or, back alley it is. You just got to stand by it.
Okay, well, this kind of goes well. This is a question from Quinn. What's your favorite rom-com? Which made me think of Mystic Pizza, since we're talking about pizza. But I actually haven't seen that in a really long time.
It's been a minute. We might need to watch that.
Let's do a 90s rom-com rewatch.
Oh, man. I would love that.
If you guys have your DVDs, go find your DVDs.
Yeah.
Don't stream
nothing. Stream anything.
Don't stream it.
I just finally watched Before Sunset.
Interesting.
You guys, that movie undid me.
Really?
Like, yeah, undid me in like such a beautiful way. And I just went, what are we doing? I just want to make things like this. I just want to make projects like this.
It's so beautiful and simple.
It's so beautiful.
I mean, I find boys like that totally irritating, but I think the fact that you can make a movie about two people connecting with each other is a lost art. Like, we're supposed to do big, huge superhero movies now, It was just two people having a conversation.
That's it.
And this idea about you had this incredible encounter with someone you were meant to see again, and then life got in the way. And what happens if you never really got over it? Like, oh my God. I just thought it was so beautiful. And Julie Delpy is so incredible in it, because she's so funny one minute and then she's totally freaking out the next. And then she's like, I don't know why I'm telling you any of this. It's just so present and fun. And I mean, Ethan Hawke's character is like a little annoying.
A little puppy dog.
But at the time in the 90s, it was like that was the ideal boy.
Oh,
like,
feelings. He had all his feelings, and he was a writer.
Oh my God, he was Lucas Scott.
He was
Lucas Scott.
That's so good.
I loved the movie. I just loved it.
Oh,
so take me back to a good rom-com any day.
We were really lucky that we came up in an era where like the rom-com was the thing. Like now I feel like scary movies are the things that people go see on dates and like high school kids go see.
Can we say the thing? Like, are we lucky that we grew up in the rom-com era? Because isn't that why we dated so many ding-dongs for so long?
Girl, I think I was destined to date ding-dongs no matter what. Like, I could have been watching.
Like that too.
I could have been. Joy and I were watching black and white movies. We
That's
still
what I was
dated
gonna say. I was
ding-dongs.
like Doris Day, all of that. Like that's what my rom-com problem was not Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts, I promise.
Yeah, no, I was in love with Rock Hudson. That was never going to work out.
Oh boy.
No, Sandra Bullock was from my hometown. She's from like the next county over. And so
Obsessed.
knowing that as a middle school girl and a high school girl and just being so fixated on this person's ability to get out and create a life for herself. Like I was just so into it, and hope floats still to this day. I don't watch things over and over again. I'm not that kind of personality. I like new things. And I think that's why I like documentary, because I feel like I'm learning something constantly. Hope Floats is the only thing that I watch over and over and over again. I'm obsessed with it.
That's so
Obsessed.
sweet.
I love that. Makes me want to go back and watch it. It's wonderful. Harry Connick Jr., what a babe.
And Forrest Whitaker directed it. Like that's the thing that people forget. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Wow.
It is time to go to the library and rent a DVD. We all need to go buy a new DVD player, new/old. French kiss, I think is just always on the top of the list for me. Like I love The Proposal. I love Pretty Woman. You know, those are all great, but I don't know, it's just hits my personality right. French Kiss. I love that one.
Kevin Kline is so hot in that movie.
He is really gorgeous.
That's the one with him and Meg Ryan, and they have to like go and try to make her ex-boyfriend mad because he's proposing to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly. But then he's stolen something, and so then she's like in on this weird caper that she doesn't want to be a part of, and then they of course fall in love. It's wonderful.
That's when her haircut was at its like most perfect.
Oh, so
spiky,
good.
short little haircut.
It was so good.
I wish I had a head for pixie cuts.
What are you talking about? You do.
No, I don't. My head's too small for a pixie cut, but also I have one of those dents. You know, when your doctor pulls you out and there's a thumb dent in the back of your head.
I have a big one.
What are you guys talking about? Wait, hold on. There's a thumb dent?
Oh, I have a huge
right
dent.
up here. I have a big one. I definitely couldn't do that. Like when Natalie Portman shaved her head for V for Vendetta, I was like,
But I was just going to say it. I was like, could have never done V for Vendetta. Nope, absolutely not.
My skull comes to a weird point in the back. Oh, man. You guys know we're all insecure. Goals.
what about this one? Where would you want a dream girls trip? You got a girls trip? You got what? You're going to have 5, 6, 7, 10 days? 10 days is a lot. Maybe like
10 days is a long time. I have Greece on my bucket list. I've never been. I really want to go.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's great.
I like history.
It's great.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You took Maria there?
Yeah, I did. A couple summers ago, I took her over there. We went to Paros, which is beautiful. It's just a tiny little island that not a lot of people know about, but it's stunning. I got a whole travel write up on it. I'll give it to you. Paros. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I remember thinking like we were going to live there for a second because we're friends with a guy that runs the film commission in Greece. And Jeff and I were like, what if we just go there? Like, what does that look like?
You look good with a tan, Hilarie.
Man.
We could go make some shows there. Why not?
Yeah, if it worked for Meryl Streep and Mamma Mia, like we could do this.
Cute little expat rom-coms. That's kind of what I fantasize about, honestly, is like, if I was going to say, let's go on a trip, I just want to go to Italy and go take pasta. Oh, I just want to go like take pasta classes with old nonas and like travel through olive groves. And
wait, is that why my algorithm every day I wake up with cheapitalianvillas.com emailing me all these houses that are like super cheap?
That's probably from me sending you that house I was looking at in deep 2020 when I was losing my mind and thinking we needed to evacuate.
Right. Where are we going to go?
What if we just went here?
Yeah. But I think that we're drawn to like romantic cultures. Joy, where do you want to go?
I'm taking a girls' trip. I'm going in a few weeks to London just for fun. But I've been there a bunch. Like I want to go. Where haven't I been? I haven't been to Prague, but I don't know.
Prague's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody says it's amazing. Dubrovnik, I hear, is also amazing. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around the map, but I don't know. Probably Italy too. I think I'm on the same page. I probably would want to go to the Amalfi Coast and like get a boat.
Does that make us basic girls?
Sail.
I don't care. You can make fun of our pizza. You can make fun of our basic girl trip.
Yeah.
I could also see like doing some Highlander shit.
Yeah.
A little Scotland.
Yeah. I've never been. Guys, honestly, I haven't been anywhere because I started working when I was right out of high school, and then there was just never a break. And then I had kids and they're in school and shit. And so, girls trip. Here we come.
Scotland's on my list. Maybe we should all go there.
I'm down.
Yeah.
We'll take some waistcoats. Yeah.
We're going to buy some waistcoats there. That's what we're going to do.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Joy will be our translator. Fantastic. All right. Summer cocktail of choice.
Ooh.
Jack is asking, while we plot all these things, what is our summer cocktail of choice?
I mean, it's hard to beat a nice Negroni, like a nice refreshing Negroni on an afternoon, the little pizza.
You guys, I am such a lover of an Aperol Spritz, but have you had a Hugo Spritz?
What's a Hugo Spritz?
It's basically like an Aperol Spritz, but instead of Aperol, you use elderflower liqueur.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
With Prosecco, seltzer, lime, mint. It is so good. And you know, all I want to do all winter, like the minute it gets cold out, I just want a whiskey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the summer,
yeah,
like sparkling citrus and Prosecco, get out of here all day.
It's not too sweet with the Saint Germain?
No, there is no Saint Germain. It's just elderflower liqueur.
That's elderflower liqueur, Saint Germain.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a brand of it, yeah.
Oh,
I guess, yeah, there's other brands, of course. Yeah.
When we do promotional stuff for MF Libations, we did a martini, but we traded out one of our ingredients for an elderflower liqueur, and we used our blackberry gin. And it was like, it's one of those things where you're like, how's that going to work? Work great. Flowers, fruit, and liquor. That's my combo. That's what I want in any drink.
Botanical cocktails, man, like an aviation with a little creme violette and some lemon. There's so many good things to drink.
I'm so lazy. I just like finding those sodas that have like very low sugar. Like there's a brand called Gus soda that I've always been partial to, obviously because the name.
Yeah.
And so finding like fancy Italian sodas and putting gin in them is all I can handle right now. I'm just like, everybody get out of my way. I'm making my gin drink.
Yeah, a two-step cocktail that sounds like that tastes like it was done by a fancy mixologist is real nice.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, are we gonna do another Q&A later? What's our plan for next week, guys?
Well, we're gonna hear from our union rep, right? Like once we get information from our representatives, we'll know whether or not this is considered promotion for a streaming show. And if it's not, cool, and we go back to our regularly scheduled program. But if it is in conflict,
we have lots of fun ideas.
We've got a lot of creative thinking happening, and all of it's very dishy and fun and lighthearted.
Yeah, you'll be wanting for nothing, darling.
Thank you guys so much for bearing with us and for supporting us. If you support actors, if you support your favorite shows, please just like send messages out to the streamers or the studios. Get on social media, make your voices heard. We want to make you good content, but we have to be supported.
Amen. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Go buy DVDs. Hey, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to leave us a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at DramaQueensOTH.
Or email us at dramaqueens@iHeartRadio.com. See you next time.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama